Well, thanks for taking the call, gentlemen.
Sure.
I great Catholic community here in Fargo.
Yes,
Yes,
there is.
it's
Currently
great.
Presbyterian,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm drawn to the faith. I'm drawn to the fullness of the Catholic faith. But I'm also a Mason, and I've heard that I can't be a Mason and a Catholic at the same time. Why? Is that true?
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it, Rick. So here is the story on Catholicism and Masonic Lodge. The Masonic Order, as it was conceived in basically the Enlightenment period, had opposition to Catholicism, to the public influence of the Catholic Church in society, as one of its main aims. So it's always been intentionally, vociferously anti-Catholic in its stated goals and purposes. It's one of the reasons why you so often find Masonic lodges in close proximity to Catholic cathedrals or to religious foundations like Jesuit educational institutes.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, if you go to St. Louis and you're driving towards St. Louis University, which is a big Jesuit school, there you'll find this giant Masonic lodge, like a mile away from Jesuit Hall.
Wow.
If you're in Mobile, Alabama, they have this beautiful cathedral. This for Alabama, it's an old cathedral,
Yeah.
And we used to be part of the Diocese of Montreal, if you can believe that.
Really?
Yeah, we did. Okay, a long time ago. Beautiful
Wow.
cathedral. Well, you look down the street about one block, voila, there's the Masonic Lodge. It's not an accident. It's not an accident. Okay, and within Masonry, there are religious doctrines that are understood as operating in contradistinction to Catholic dogma. All right, Masonic Lodge, as you know, embraces a doctrine of theological indifferentism, right? And Masons are quite proud of the fact that while they insist that Masons believe in a deity, that they are indifferent about which one. Okay, and that's contrary to Catholic teachings about the primacy of Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, now granted, if you walk into your typical Masonic lodge, you're not going to meet a bunch of guys, like calling for burning down the Vatican. They're not going to be rabid about it, and many of them probably don't even know about the history of anti-Catholicism built into the Masonic Order from the ground up.
But it's there.
But it's there, and it's built into the organization from the ground up and intentionally, even if people who are casually members may not be fully aware of the ideological roots of the organization. But you ask yourself the question, look, becoming a Catholic is not, it's not like joining a club. Okay, to become a Catholic is to confess that Christ founded the Catholic Church, and that's a dogma of the faith, that Christ founded the Catholic Church as the instrument for mediating the grace of God and salvation to the entire world. That's a huge claim.
Better believe it.
Okay, and so this defines your life. If you're a Catholic, you believe I'm belonging to a society founded by God for the salvation of the world that has a total allegiance on my moral life. That's a big deal.
Bet.
Do I want to maintain membership in another society whose intentional purpose and history has been to thwart the work of the Catholic Church and civil society? That's a performative contradiction.
Yeah, it is. Rick, thank you so much for your call. We hope that is illuminating to you. Boy, Fargo has one of the most beautiful cathedrals I've ever been in. It is just spectacular.
Well, I can't quit going on about it. I did not have the privilege of seeing the cathedral in Fargo, but I did see the parish church of Saints Anne and Joachim.
Yes.
And I'm still geeking out about it.
That's pretty awesome. Thank you for your call, Rick. Our phone